Welcome you to the Ottawa campus of Willis College. I'd like to firstly acknowledge that the land on which we gather here today is the traditional and unceded territory of the Algonquin Anishinaabe people. We are grateful to have the opportunity to be present in this territory. We're here today to mark the launch of an initiative to help the families of veterans. To that end, we have two speakers today with us. First, Mr. Henry Devlin, the CEO of Willis College, and next, Matt Luloff, who is the City of Ottawa Councillor, as well as the co-chair of the Veterans Task Force here in Ottawa, and he is a veteran. These two gentlemen have one thing in common: their strong desire to make the lives of our veterans and their families better. This is no small feat given the complexities and the challenges of the world that we live in. Nevertheless, I've watched these two gentlemen over the years work tirelessly to help veterans and their families who have given so much defending and supporting this nation. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Henry Devlin.
Thank you, Walter, for those kind words. Councillor Luloff, veterans, families, distinguished guests, and the staff of Willis College, thank you very much for being here today for this very exciting announcement here at the college. At Willis, we've had a long history of actively working with the Canadian military and Canadian veterans. It's a position of trust that we take very seriously. Our service personnel and veterans serve us with pride, and we're proud to deliver programs that support them. We support them while they serve, and in fact, we're the only school currently selected by the Government of Canada to train active Canadian military in our very popular cyber education program. We also support our military personnel after their military careers are over. We help them ease into the transition of civilian life by offering them educational programs that prepare them for new careers. I've heard from so many of our students that serve in the military that they were able to make this successful transition into a new career because of the support of their families. As we all know, the support behind our men and women in uniform and their families. Our military families sacrifice so much. So that got us as a college thinking. It's not just the military service personnel who serve our country. It's their spouses, their children, and their families. They make incredible sacrifices. So here at Willis College, we have created a new program to show our appreciation for the tremendous support the Canadian Armed Forces families give each and every day. As such, I am proud today to announce the launch of the Willis College Learning Together Veteran and Family Scholarship. It means that former service personnel who attend Willis College can have their immediate family members attend the campus, and the college will cover the tuition of that individual. 40 scholarships will be approved for deserving family members of veterans each year over the next 2 years. Our goal by the end of 2024 is to grant over $2 million worth of free education to the families of our veterans. That tuition for 80 families will help them train and prepare for a new career, new chapter in their life. Willis College has campuses from Ottawa, Arnprior, and Winnipeg, so all over Canada. But these scholarships can also be used for our online training. So if, for example, a family member has to relocate with one of their military partners, our online training will allow them to continue on with their studies. Willis College offers programs in business, technology, healthcare design, and photography. We focus on practical in-demand skills so our students are job ready as they complete their education. In today's labor market where skilled, qualified workers are in high demand, our programs provide veterans and their families a leg up when they're ready to integrate into the civilian workforce. I also want to underscore that our experience with veterans and their families helps us understand some of the unique challenges that face post-service. Our Willis College Veteran-Friendly Transition Center provides specialized support to veterans as they move into civilian life. It will now support the families of our veterans as they head back to school for their studies. Along with our distinguished guests from the federal and municipal governments, we are thrilled to have veterans, families, and veteran organizations here today with us for this important announcement. I'm so appreciative for your presence and your support. I hope you will help spread the word about Willis College Learning Together Veteran and Family Scholarship Program. Please encourage veterans and their loved ones to apply. Applications are now open, and we will accept them at any time over the next few years. If you're dreaming of a new career, now is the time to get started together. Our admissions team will be happy to answer any of your questions, and our website has lots of additional information available for interested students. To our veterans and their families, on behalf of Willis College, I want to thank you for your service and commitment to this country. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Henry. Ladies and gentlemen, our next speaker is Matt Luloff. As noted, Matt is the co-chair of the Veterans Task Force here in Ottawa, an organization that was brought together to do it right, to do things for veterans and their families, and it's actually done quite a bit here in Ottawa, co-chaired by Matt and Andre Tiverge, who's with us here also today, as well as he's a city councillor, and most importantly, he's a veteran. Over to you, Matt.
You know, before I jump into my formal remarks, I have to say how utterly impressed I am with Willis College doing this. You know, we often say that when you're a military member, your family serves along with you. And a lot of times we don't really get that recognition. The family doesn't get that recognition. You're posted 5 or 6 different places across the country throughout your service, and your kids and your wife or your husband don't have that say in where they go and what they do. And what this is going to do is give some agency to the people that have been, you know, essentially dragged around the country for the entirety of one of the parents' career. I think that is such an important and incredible recognition, and something that we are very, very glad to support. When I first got out of the Canadian Forces after being injured overseas, I really didn't want my career to end there, and I wanted to be able to do something else and find another way to serve. And it was by having a school take a chance on me as a special student that is the reason why I'm standing before you today as a city councillor. It is so important that we give people that leg up and that opportunity to pick up after serving this great country, and to see Willis College stepping up in that way is very heartening. So this is a wonderful, wonderful thing that you're doing today. So today I'm wearing 3 hats. First, as a Canadian Armed Forces veteran, having served with the Governor General's Foot Guards and with the Princess Patricias, and I deployed to Afghanistan in 2008 and served out of a small combat outpost along the Arghandab River called Talakan. The second is as an Ottawa City Councillor, and I've been in office since December of 2018. And in this role, I've been involved in launching or contributing to many veterans-focused initiatives, including producing and co-hosting Veteran X, which is a podcast for veterans and first responders transitioning to civilian life. And the third is as the co-chair alongside Andre Tivierge, who without Andre, there would be no task force. As you can imagine, with all the roles that I have to hold with the city, Andre really keeps the boat moving. So I'd like to acknowledge him. He's a 30-year Canadian Armed Forces veteran and somebody who is absolutely imperative to the success of what we've been able to do and support here in the city of Ottawa. So what do? We're a municipal task force launched to support our veterans, although we know that there are many services and programs available to assist transitioning CAF members to civilian life, and there are so many different efforts to improve them. The access to inadequate health care, affordable housing, and appropriate career support services has far too many barriers, and we set out to change that. And Willis College is taking a massive step in the direction to blowing up that barrier on the second career side. Today, our task force works on busting silos and connecting resources to remove barriers and improve access to these critical services for veterans. And when we heard about Willis College's program for veterans and their families, we knew that this initiative was directly aligned with our cause. Our task force has assembled prominent veterans and business leaders from employer organizations such as the Commissionaires, who are here with us today, an incredible organization and the largest employer of Canadian veterans in Canada. Helmets to Hard Hats, an incredible initiative as well, and ADGA, and representatives of the community programs such as the Royal Canadian Legion, Veterans House, Wounded Warriors, and so many more. We strongly support Willis College's scholarship program for our members, and we'll do our part to help raise awareness and facilitate access to initiatives like this for Canadian military families. So thank you so much on behalf of Ottawa and all the veterans that live here. This is a wonderful thing that you're doing today. Appreciate it.
Veterans, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, here with us today in person or as part of the live feed. That ends the formal portion of the ceremony. Again, thanks for joining us here today at the Ottawa campus of Willis College for the launch of the Willis College Learning Together Veteran and Family Scholarship. Have a great week. Thank you very much.